Hello, my name is Ethan Miller. I am the owner of Theseus Fitness and Conditioning, and you probably clicked on this video because of the title, How to Lose 10% Body Fat While Gaining Muscle. And today I'm going to be telling you exactly how to do that with my coaching, the Theseus program. Here we go, Theseus Fitness and Conditioning, building you a new mind, body, and soul, plank by plank. Many of you might know the question of the ship of Theseus. The main idea is if you have this ship, the ship of Theseus, which has this, it's a legendary ship. It has this giant legend behind it. If you were to, over time, slowly just be replacing it plank by plank, nail by nail, would the ship still be the ship of Theseus by the end if you had fully replaced everything in the ship? In my opinion, yes, it would still be the ship of Theseus, even though it has none of its original parts. Reason being because the ship of Theseus never was just the ship itself, it was the crew that was on it, it was the legend that was accrued with that crew and stuff like that. So you are the ship of Theseus. We may build you a new body, you may look like a completely different person, which is hopefully what you want, but you will still be you, and you will still be leaving behind a legacy and a legend. So that's what we're going to get started on. Who would this training be for? This is for those people who have literally, they feel like they have tried everything. They feel like they've done a bunch of diets. They've gone to the gym before and they've never made progress or anything like that. They've either never lost weight or they did lose weight and they gained the weight back and things like that. That's one of the people that this is for. These are for people who are just tired of feeling clueless about things when it comes to the gym, when it comes to fitness and nutrition, and just anything health related in their life. This would be for you. If you are finally ready to just take hold of your life and really make a change, if you are really truly dedicated to making a change for yourself, then this program is 100% for you. And this is probably the most important part, people who are willing to be held accountable, because I will hold you accountable. That will be part of my job as your fitness coach. It will be to tell you when you're doing things wrong, tell you when you're slacking off, tell you when you're not giving 100% and I know you can give more, because I want your goals as much as you want your goals. I want to see you succeed, and I want to see you get to the goal you have in mind, whether that's a physique goal, a strength goal, an overall just lifestyle goal. I want to see you get there as bad as you do. In all reality, I might want to see you get there more than you do because I'm going to be the one who's going to be telling you every day, hey, you told me you wanted this, and I'm going to keep pushing you to get there. So, a little bit about me. Like I said, my name is Ethan Miller. I have been working out for about 10 years now. The gym and fitness in general helped me find myself in, the transition periods of life, high school, my undergraduate degree and things like that. It helped mold me into the man I am today, which is a very dedicated, motivated, hardworking person. And I do owe a lot of that to the gym. It taught me a lot about, patience. You don't see these changes quickly. You have to have patience. A lot of my current clients and things like that, people I've worked with before, they complain to me about, they don't feel like they're progressing quick enough. They don't feel like they're lifting enough weight quick enough. They're not losing the weight quick enough, things like that. And I have to ask them, I have to really look at them and I have to be like, okay, how long did it take for you to get the body that you have right now? And they'll look at me and they're like, oh, it was about, when I was in my 20s, I was in good shape. But, look at me now. And they'll be like in their late 30s, early 40s. And I'm like, okay, so it took you, I don't know, a decade, 15 years to get the body you have right now. Why do you think it's going to shed off overnight? It's not. Guys, this is not going to be easy, but it's not supposed to be easy. This is going to build you a new body. This is going to build you a new character. It's not going to be easy, but that's why I'm here. I'm here to make sure that you don't have to spend the 10 years that I did doing this. We're going to get you to where you need to be in a timely manner. Probably, depending on the program you sign up with me for, definitely within 6 months. But if we're going for a whole year, that is going to be a complete multi-body transformation. It is going to be, we're going to have multiple stages set up, everything like that. And really, in all reality, guys, I've been where a lot of you have been. I have been in that point where, I was severely overweight when I was really young. And I have a video on my YouTube here, kind of going my full fitness journey. So I won't recap a lot of that, but I was severely overweight. I was severely underweight. And I finally just, had a point in my life where I just said, no, I'm going to take control. And I did it. I took control. I started working out a lot. And then eventually I started really diving into the nutrition. And that's where all of my gains happen. The nutrition is practically the most important part of this. Everybody can go in the gym and they can lift weights, but some people don't do it as well, which is why I'd be here to help you. But guys, the nutrition is important. What you should be expecting to change as you're going through your journey with me and just on your, in your own life, what you should expect to change. Well, of course, first off, your body is going to change. We're going to be looking for physical changes in your body. I'm going to be having you take progress photos weekly. I'm going to be having you tracking your weight multiple times a week. We are going to literally be noticing the changes, not only in the pictures, but you should also feel the changes in your body. And when you wake up in the morning, you should feel better rested. You shouldn't feel as tired after doing activities, depending on what you're going for and things like that. But most importantly, like I said, we're going to be trying to make you guys lose some body fat. 10 to 15%, depending on your size. Most of you will probably be in the 10%, but if you are a bigger person who's really wanting to have a complete transformation, we could lose 15% body fat. And I promise you, I can do that for you. If you listen to what I say, if you follow the programs and the nutrition guides I give you, and you hold yourself accountable, we can do that. Next up is going to be your taste. We're going to be 100% focusing on your eating habits, your cravings, everything like that. We have to change the way you look at food. And this will involve tracking your calories. And guys, tracking your calories is not a bad thing. It is a necessity because you are tracking these calories to gain a skill, to gain the skill of intuitive eating. That is what we are trying to gain here. You're tracking your calories now. You're being restrictive now. You're learning about everything now. So later in life, you have that built-in knowledge right in there. That intuitive eating where you can look at something and you can be like, wow, this probably does not have a lot of protein in it. I'm not sure if I should be eating it. Or you can be like, man, I've been really healthy today. I've had a really good breakfast, really good lunch. I have a pretty good dinner planned. I can go ahead and have a snack, or I can treat myself with a good dessert. You have a healthy relationship with food. You still get to eat the things you enjoy, but you have to eat them in moderation. You can't indulge all the time because indulging all the time just becomes the normal and it's not an indulgence anymore. 3 is your mindset. We're going to have to do an overhaul of your mindset, but not probably in the way you guys think. I'm not going to want you guys to become these absolute hardcore gym bros and gym gals and all that stuff. No. I need you guys, when you look in the mirror, to look at yourself and understand that you are worth it. You are worth this time, this effort, the sweat, the tears, the time meal prepping and spending in the gym, the money you're going to be spending on my coaching, on supplements, and on healthy foods and things like that. You have to realize that this is all for a purpose. And that purpose is you. You have to always keep that in mind. You are worth it. You are worth all this effort and all this time and all this energy. You have to keep that in mind. That is the most important thing. So many people have such self-doubt. They don't think that they're worth a lot. And it bleeds into every aspect of their life. They're always putting themselves down. They're never putting themselves first. You have to put yourselves first, guys. You have to. So your Theseus path, what you're going to be kind of doing with me and what the plan will be for almost practically all my clients. This is probably going to be the standard for all my clients, unless you're a specialty case where you're specifically trying to gain weight. If you come to me severely underweight and you're trying to gain weight, then of course we'll take a different path. But as I said in this video, the title, how you're trying to lose 10% body fat while gaining muscle, this is going to be the way to do it. So your first 1 to 4 weeks with me is going to be a body recomp. That is just going to be where we get your body used to the gym, used to tracking calories, used to eating healthier foods, just getting a baseline set for what we're about to do. We have to get you adjusted because we can't jump right into it or you're gonna crash and burn. We need to acclimate you into the lifestyle. So these 1 to 4 weeks is just going to be a lot of us getting to know each other, a lot of you getting used to the gym, getting used to the movements I'm going to be planning for you, the programs, the nutrition, all that stuff. After that 1 to 4 weeks is up, we go into our cutting phase. I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard this, cutting, where we are going to be just trying to cut down your fat. This is going to involve putting you on a caloric deficit so we can start lowering that body fat percentage while we slowly gain muscle. We will do this, of course, by keeping your protein high and keeping your intensity in the gym high. That is the key point. It does not matter if you're eating your protein and you're eating in this calorie deficit, because you will lose weight. That's fine, you'll lose weight, but you will not be gaining the muscle that you could be. You have to be pushing yourself. You have to be leaving everything in the gym every time you're in the gym, no matter how many days a week. If we have you on a program where you're just coming in 2 to 3 times a week, or if you're coming in 6 times a week, you have to leave everything. You have to want this. This is relating back to the mindset. You have to think you're worth it, and you have to truly want this, or it's not going to work. Third, we're going to be doing a maintenance phase. So after we, finish your cut, depending on how long it is, because it's really going to depend, how long it is going to be depend on your current body weight and what you want to get to. Because realistically, we can only lose about 1% of your body weight every week. So I weigh about 200 pounds right now. I'm on a bulk. If I were to start my cut right now, I would only really be losing about 2 pounds a week, realistically. If you lose more than that, you kind of start running the risk of losing muscle. And we don't want to do that. We don't want to run any risk of losing muscle. So the cut will depend on how long, what your body goal is for the bottom. So after that, we switch to maintenance. Maintenance will be about 2 to 4 weeks, where we increase your calories to a regular just maintenance for what your body weight is. It's mostly just going to be upping your carbs. We'll up your fat a little bit, but the protein's going to stay the same because we're going to keep it about the 1 gram per pound of body weight. So 2 to 4 weeks is just, this is going to be the good part. This is going to be the part where you're going to take pictures and you're going to be showing off your new body, and you're going to love it because you're going to be eating more food, but you're going to be at that nice lean body fat percentage that we got you to. Your muscles are going to fill out more, everything like that. You're going to look so good. You're going to want to take all the pictures. You're going to want to show off everybody. But this is mostly just a phase where we get your body used to the new body, to the new planks, to the new nails, to the new muscles, all that stuff. It has to kind of set in. Because if we were to immediately start switching stuff up, it could go away. Your body needs to get used to it before we change anything. So that's usually going to be about 2 to 4 weeks for that maintenance. And then after that, we switch you to a lean bulk or a lean gain. That is another name for it, which is where we put you on just a slight caloric surplus, meaning slightly above your maintenance calories, what you need to stay the way you are. And really, when I say slight, I mean like 100 to 200 calories. That's all it's going to be. It's going to be all carbs. It's not going to be upping your fat mostly. It's going to be all carbs, keeping your protein at that 1 gram per pound of body weight. And that is going to allow you to be in just enough of a caloric surplus to where all the extra energy your body gets, it is able to put all of that into just building muscle. So you're practically going to be able to stay the same weight while you gain muscle. That's great. That is how we are going to slowly just add on muscle, and you're going to keep that nice body fat percentage and just keep going, and we're going to see where you want to get to. Because at the end, guys, we go however far you want to go. With this method, we will be able to go however far you want to go and however far you can hold yourself accountable for. That's the main thing. Once again, this will not work if you cannot hold yourself accountable. That's all it is. So, my little portfolio here. So my personal journey here, as soon as I did my first real bulk, this was me. I was kind of dirty bulking, would kind of be the layman term, or what the kids are saying. I was not tracking my calories really at all. I was just eating more meat, eating more food in general, and lifting crazy intensely in the gym. And you can see here, I definitely had definition. We had a little bit of definition in the stomach. I had big arms, things like that. I had big legs, but you can't see those. But I was not happy with my body. I was lifting a lot of weight, but I was not confident. I coped a lot. I made excuses. Like, I'd see the bodybuilders in the gym I worked out at, and I would just be like, well, He may look better than me, but I lift a lot more than him. Guys, come on. The goal is to lift a lot and look good, not one or the other. You want both. And we can get you both. And that's what I did. So as I was sitting here, I was about 220, and I weighed 220 for a while. I weighed 220 for about 9 months. I just kind of sat at this weight after I graduated my undergrad. I finally took control of everything. I locked in. I decided I wasn't happy and I wanted to make a change, and I did it. I did my first ever official cut. I cooked all my own meals for 8 months. Yes, I had the occasional cheat meal because guys, we have to keep a healthy relationship with food. I will give you cheat meals in your programs and things like that. Well, you have to keep a healthy relationship. But I cut, and you can see I look. It's practically a completely different person in my opinion. We had the abs, we had the shoulders just capping out, arms looking good, legs had more definition. Of course, you can see I'm just smaller in general because I lost so much weight. So this weight here for this cut, the lowest I ever saw on the scale was like 167.8. So 167. I went from 220 to 167. That is over a 50-pound loss. Guys, if I can do it while I was in the midst of moving across the country, becoming a master's student, getting a new job, getting new friends, all that stuff, trust me, we will do it for you. I will do it for you. Of course, I can't do everything for you. I can't go to the gym for you. I can't eat the food for you. But if I can do it, I will give you my blueprint and you can do it. And so from my cut, I switched to maintenance. You can see here, I still look pretty good. We still have the abs, but the good thing about the maintenance is I filled out more. My arms puffed up. My legs got a little bit bigger. My shoulders got a little bit more capped, and I got a little plumper in the chest. So this maintenance weight was sitting, I was hovering for literally months just between 170 and 175. It would just fluctuate week to week, but it stayed within that 170, 175 range. And I really was not, I was tracking when I was eating, most definitely, but it was not as serious because I had that built into my head. I knew what I should eat and what I shouldn't eat. If you guys want to know my certifications, I do have all NASM certifications, NCCA accredited. So I took the extra step to get those accredited. So I have my personal training certification, and I also have a nutrition coach certification. So guys, I am certified. I have all of that stuff. I know what I'm talking about. I'm not spouting nonsense. I'm not just some guy on the internet. I've done the research. I've done the time, and I want to get you to where you want to be. I'm being so genuine about that. And guys, that's it. That would be your Theseus journey. That is where we would take you. And those are the people I'm looking for. I'm looking for all those people I mentioned earlier in this video. These are all my socials here. YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all theseus.fitness. That's where you can find me. I will put a form, Google Forms link in the description there. That is for the application for my training. If you are interested at all, I'm not saying you got to be gung-ho about it, but if you're interested at all, fill out that form or leave a comment in the description saying coach. I will reach out to you. We will get something set up. We'll talk. We'll just see what your goals are, see where you're at, and see where you want to be. Because like I said, guys, you need to have a goal in mind. You need to be ready for this. You need to be motivated, and I will help you every step of the way. That's what I'm here for. See you in the next video, guys.